Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Black with No Chaser podcast. I am TK, your host, and as always, I thank you guys for tuning in. Now, this episode will be a Mississippi-centric focused episode talking about some of the things that has been going on in my home state and in my hometown this past week or two. And a lot of it is local. The biggest part of it is statewide. But all of it is sad and anti-Black. And joining me, I have a special guest. One of my partners, man. This guy is a good dude, pro-Black as they come. A huge supporter of Black with No Chaser and a lot of the things that I've done. And, just an all-around good dude who really wants to see all our people prosper. So with that being said, I welcome my boy, Mr. Timothy McCormick, to the podcast. What's up, dog?
Hey, Tyrus, how you doing, man? Black with No Chaser fam, how y'all doing?
Oh, man, we good, man. Putting in work day in and day out, man, trying to.
Already know. So,
you've dealt with us before, man. You was one of our special guests on Watch the Thrones when we was doing the weekly breakdown of that last season of Game of Thrones. Oh yeah, good time. So, you know how we do it, man. We do our shit unapologetically, with no chaser.
Right. And
what we're about to talk about, it needs to be addressed as such. So there's this facility, this bar, this club bar, whatever. I've never been there personally inside, but the name of it is Ropers.
Ropers.
Yeah. It's a country western bar. The name itself is enough for me to stay out, period. But so they came out and basically, put out this list of things you can and can't wear and what they doing. Basically, is everything that they associate to Black people.
Right.
And it was a shooting there outside. What was it, outside?
It was, from what I understand, it was outside. Two black dudes got into it. One dude shot the other dude with apparently I don't know the full details of the case. I haven't seen a whole lot released on. All I know is two guys got into it in the parking lot. Of course, my bad, scratch that. My bad, I'm tripping. They were Black men. One guy shot the other guy in the face, and I don't know how, but the man Bruce Lee roared the bullet. His teeth stopped the bullet.
Damn.
It had to have been a small caliber gun. I don't know. I'm not really no weapons expert. All I know how to do is point and shoot. But somehow the bullet got stopped by the man's teeth.
Damn, he lucky.
He lucky. That's why I said the man must have had that golden glow going on outside the club that night, and Bruce Lee roared that bullet.
Right. Now, and I'm hoping that the guy's all right. Oh yeah,
he's good. He's good.
I hate, any type of unnecessary violence and shit like that as is. Now, Roper's response was basically they are not playing any type of hip hop music, rap music, anything. They say that they are strictly going back to just country western. They threw in the whole dress code thing, and basically it was all geared towards Black people. That's now right. I'm gonna just take that part right there and ask you how you feel about that.
Well, the thing is, when I heard, first of all, I'm like you. I have never had no interest in stepping foot in that place. Never. When I was in high school, me and some homeboys, we heard some of the stories coming out of there, and then I just never had no interest. Now, I honestly called it when it happened. When I seen, the Black crowd coming there, of course, where we go, we're going to bring money.
Right.
When I seen the Black crowd going over there, I knew it was going to be a matter of time before they wanted to do something to push us out. First of all, the first warning sign to us should have been they built a back patio and only played hip hop and rap music on that back patio. Now, Tyrus, I ain't no genius, and you know as well as I know. When they did that, what should have been the first sign that niggas should have had?
Well, the first sign, again, is the name itself.
Right.
But when they built that patio and said, okay, y'all gonna be out here.
There you go. Exactly.
And, you know, like that in itself is saying, hey, we really don't want to fuck with y'all, but we gonna fuck with y'all.
Because we need y'all money.
We want your money, but we gonna keep y'all separated from the good Christian white folks in here listening to country music.
Right. Exactly. And I honestly called it when I heard that it was two black men shooting at each. When I heard it was a black on black shooting outside Rovers, I called some friends of mine. Matter of fact, me and my boy Harris, me and him talked that next morning, and he was like, "I said, Harris, they finna get ready. They finna change some rules up in there. Before the day over with, I guarantee you, Rovers gonna have Jim Crow law going on up in there.
Right.
They not going like that. They not going like that. They looking at what happened at the Hunt Club. They looking at what happened to Memories, and they in the back of their mind they think that whenever the black crowd comes, they're gonna get shut down. And I knew that they was gonna do something to try to keep that from happening. So they put out something out there for their subtle way to keep us out of there in so many words.
Right. And my whole thing is, and honestly, I'm fine with that. Like, I have no problem staying away from anywhere that does not, one, respect me as a human being.
Right.
Two, that doesn't respect me as a black man or respect any black people. So I have no problem with never setting foot up in there.
Right. Me either.
But what bothers me is, you know, the Negroes who capping for this shit. Like, who's saying that, oh man, these people right, y'all niggas always going somewhere, starts, you know, like, you know, putting all of it on black people. Like, we are the only ones who fight and you know, get drunk and this, that, and the third. Because since that's happened, I've seen numerous videos of white people just acting a fool at this particular place, fighting and you know, all types of shit. So that's what really bothered me, you know, about the whole thing. Not what they said, but the fact that we got, once again, our own blaming us for everything instead of putting, you know, responsibility on everybody who's involved.
Right. And then it's a common sense thing. You know how the media portrays us. Whenever there's something attached to a black face and something happens, you're going to see, boom, that black face pouring plaster for everybody to see. And see, I don't know how many people know this, but you're aware of all the issues that happened at the Hunt Club when it was open?
Yeah, some of them. Like, yeah. I hadn't been there in a while, but yeah.
I see every week everybody was talking about the Hunt Club this, the Hunt Club that. But I think it was WDAM or Hattiesburg American posted an article that showed the amount of 911 calls that certain night spots in Hattiesburg had. Guess what night spot led with the amount of police calls?
Ropers.
There you go. It wasn't a Hunt Club. It wasn't Memories. It was damn Ropers. Them boys get them Bud Lights and them Budweisers in them, and the pool sticks get to coming out.
Right. And see, you know, and again, like, they use that situation as a means to get rid of black folks. Right. You know, and I say this again, we ain't got no business that anyway.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. I agree 100%.
And like, it bothers me because we have so many black establishments downtown that we should be packing out. If you gonna go out, you should be packing out your own people spots. You know, you got Nostalgia, with Cliff and them. You got Blue Jazz. Malcolm has a couple of spots. Like, you know, we should really be focusing on our own and not worrying about them.
Right. And then when you go to all the places you name, when you go in there, the atmosphere is so much nicer. It is so much nicer. And then if you want something to eat, the food is 10 times better.
Exactly. Like, they have these excellent places, you know, with great music, great ambiance that welcome us because it's by us. And honestly, they built it for us, but you know, some of us gotta run to the other people. And it's absurd because they don't want you there. Like, you pay to get in, they get a few dollars out of you, and then all of a sudden you a problem, they're gonna throw your ass out for the smallest things.
That's you damn right. Like, what was that? 2 years ago, they showed the video of the white dude elbowing the black dude in the back of the head with 4 people holding him down. You seen that?
Yeah. Then I saw another one that just happened. Like, you have documented evidence of these people not giving a fuck about black people, but y'all black asses still going there,
giving them your hard-earned money. I don't understand that. It's just illogical to me. I don't get it. And like you said, you can ease up downtown, and these folks will greet you with open arms. They want you down there. It's built for you. It's built by us. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, it's just one of them things, man. It's like some of us feel like we gotta be places where we ain't wanted. Like, I don't know if it's some type of, you know, status symbol type of thing or whatever it is, but like, I'm good by not being there. I'm great actually by not going there.
Right.
You know, everything ain't meant for everybody, man. And these people have made it abundantly clear. Like, I'm 41 years old, dog. And I've been hearing about this place for 30 years, at least 30 years, about we ain't got no business being in there. Period.
At all. You got some of us coming up in there. You know, we got our different swag. We up at the bar talking to their women, and you know, in the background, Billy Joe and Bob and them in the background steaming. They hot because we all in their women face. They hot.
Exactly. And it ain't that we in their face. It's usually the other way around.
That's right.
You know,
show me that dance move again. Come out here and dance with me. All that kind of stuff like that.
Exactly. Like,
and the good old boys back there in the background in the cut, balling, steaming up a storm. What he doing over there talking to her like that? What he doing?
Man, like it's crazy, man. And you know, for those of you who listen, whether you in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, anywhere in Mississippi, anywhere in the South, anywhere, period, man, stay y'all asses out of these places that don't want you.
Exactly. Please spend your money with somebody that wants you there.
Like, not only that, but and because when trouble pop off, it tends to end terrible for the black people involved.
That's true.
Whether it's them beating you down, you getting a bullet in your ass, or a night in jail, it tends to not work out for us. So, you know, just stay the fuck out. Period.
One word, like you said before, Ropers. Why are you clubbing in a spot called Ropers?
A country western spot named Ropers in the deep South.
What could go wrong?
Bruh. So listen, man, you know, as other things, you know, been going on state Mississippi, man. And one is one thing that, like, and I say we, you know, Black with No Chaser, like, we was all over from the jump. Like, we really broke this shit.
Y'all did.
You know, and that's the situation of the MDOC, the whole prison system, you know, Leaksville, Walthall, all of them, but more importantly, Parchman, the main one. And we did the story. We had pictures, we had videos. Like, we was getting sent a bunch of stuff by a bunch of people. And what's crazy is we was talking about this way last year.
Y'all were. I remember following that story. Y'all broke it.
You know,
you had some good pictures, y'all. The Black Widow spiders in the cells, all of that.
Yeah. So, like, we was talking about, you know, the rodent infestation, the moles on floors and walls, contaminated drinking water, you know, it being understaffed, little to no viable health care available. The food was just horrible, you know, and then you had, I mean, and all of that is a recipe for disaster.
That's right.
And end of the last year, end of December, first of the year, disaster struck.
It did.
We had, in a matter of a few days, maybe a week, we had 4 to 5 people get killed, dozens injured, multiple fights. You had just so many stories that, came out about it. And a lot of people was talking about it.
And those are the ones that we know of, that we know of. Tell what they're keeping, they hiding from us.
Exactly. Like, there's no transparency
at all
with the MDOC. Phil Bryant, the governor of Mississippi, on some bullshit. And I talked about that, last week on colonizing nonsense and whatnot. But what's your take on that situation? I'm asking you that about this part before I get to the second part of it.
Well, it's like you said, this ain't something. The problem that's going on with MDOC, this is something that's been stewing. I don't want to say stewing. That's been brewing in the pot for years to come now, and it all starts with our elected officials, which I'm gonna get to that in just a second. All right, last year, me and a friend of mine went to a town hall meeting with Jay Hughes. He was running for lieutenant governor, and we were in Leakesville, and the one person that was there was a young lady that worked at Leakesville, and she talked to him about how undermanned and how understaffed the prison was. And she was basically like, at our jail, you have men who stayed next door to Leakesville in Alabama. They retired from that state, then they come to Leakesville and work as a correctional officer. Now, she said they operating at below 40%. And Jay Hughes made the point that he was like, you know what, you're not the first state ran jail that I've talked to that said you're operating at under 40%. I knew then it was going to be a disaster. You can't expect to keep all these men where they need to be and keep eyes on them at all times with them kind of numbers. This is just no way possible. And then she was saying that there were days that they were locked in their cells at 22 hours a day. Now you expect these men to sit there in that cell amongst each other with no yard time, no time out in the sun, and nothing to pop off, and you undermanned and understaffed? You asking for it. You asking for it.
Right. Like, and they are severely understaffed. But what makes it even worse is that, like, the people that they do have working there are getting paid pennies, dog.
They getting paid pennies, and what do they do when they need to make up for those pennies?
Exactly. Like, and this is any job, man. If you as a worker are not being properly compensated for the amount of work that you're doing, the hard work that you putting in, the adverse conditions that you facing, all you doing is you done checked out. All you doing is getting a check.
That's it.
You doing the minimal amount possible to keep that job, but you don't give a fuck. And in a situation like that, the prison system where, you got these people who are trained, they, came up talking people out of everything. Like, they've talked you or coerced somebody or threatened somebody into doing all types of shit. I can get you this, I can get you that. Like, I know people who's I've talked to directly that been like, man, these motherfuckers proposition me to do this and try to get me to do that, But when you got somebody who's not making any money and somebody tell you, I got an easy way for you to make some easy money, all you got to do is holler at my boy on the outside and do this and this, and they're going to take care of you or whatever it is, they go for it.
They're going to go for it. They're gonna go for it. It's like you said, you can't blame them. I mean, you see, you working for a state agency. They don't care nothing about you. They're not paying you nothing. And then it's like I put it on my Facebook page today. Jerry Mitchell is an investigative reporter for Clarion Ledger, probably one of the best in the nation. And I watched a YouTube video with him yesterday where he was exposing some of the numbers that have been going on MDOC. And he said the same thing you said. It's a recipe for disaster that's been brewing for a long time. But he made the point that Mississippi should be operating with over 1,300 correctional officers. Currently, right now, we're operating with I can't remember the exact number, but it's 600 something. It's below 50%.
Damn.
And yeah, it's bad. It's bad, my boy. We're operating at below 50%, and out of that 50% that we have employed, 65% of the COs employed are women. Now, nobody's saying that women can't pull their weight and all that kind of stuff. Nobody's saying that. He said the men are flat out, outright scared to work as a correctional officer. And then to top it off, the starting salary for a correctional officer with a college degree is below $27,000.
Oh, that ain't gonna cut it.
That ain't gonna cut it. You expect somebody to get up out their bed every morning, drive down here and deal with men who have been mistreated. They're getting fed slop. They're getting bit by black widow spiders. They're not getting medical treatment. You expect somebody to get up out their bed every morning, go down there and deal with that for $27,000 a year? It's not even that after taxes. Come on, man. Not gonna happen.
Dog, like, and like out here, where I'm at in Texas, man. Like I know some people who are correctional officers, and they first year in the game, they $50,000-$60,000. Like,
Off the top.
Yeah. Like I know somebody who making 75 right now, who hadn't been doing it a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
And they like the money, but that money also keeps them grounded to where they first thing you know how we get, man. I ain't finna lose my job over no bullshit.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So I mean, goddamn, and now when you got places like Chick-fil-A and all of them paying $12, $13 an hour, they was like, shit, I can go, drop fries and burgers and shit and be a lot safer and make goddamn near the same money.
Under the AC, wear uniform.
So like the state got a bunch of work to do, man. And then you had the commissioner MDOC, Miss Felicia Hall. She's a black lady. She stepped down, but last year she went to the state capitol and went to these lawmakers and she asked for money to help. She asked for more money to fix this shit. And not only did they tell her no, they gave her less than what they normally give.
Sure did. Jared Mitchell pointed that out. They cut the budget even more. And guess who the scapegoat is right now with all this stuff going on? Exactly.
That's why she said, fuck this. I'm out. And this is no endorsement on her because I don't know everything that went down, but what we do know is that she did indeed go and ask these people for help and they said no, and now it's all on her. Like it's documented what she told them. She told them that, she can't run it being understaffed like this.
She sure did. I remember reading about that.
So, that's how it is, and like this whole prison situation, it started a lot of stuff.
It is.
The governor, Phil Bryant, he basically, and I don't know how he just put this all on the streets of Jackson. Like he flat out, tried to correlate the two instead of dealing with the situation head on. Of course he blamed just the inmates.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, the inmates have a lot to do with the fights and all of that. But at the same time, like you said, you got these people in this bottleneck of just bullshit and anger. Eventually, the top gonna explode.
That's it.
Our systems are not promoting rehabilitation
at all.
Our system is only promoting recidivism. Like these boys go in, these men go in, and the chances are very high that they coming back because they are not functioning human beings after the inhumane shit that they forced to deal with in Parchman. It just ain't happening.
It's not. That's the key thing right there. You just said rehabilitation. People fail to realize the overall goal of prison is supposed to be to rehabilitate, and that's not what's going on with the men in there right now.
Right.
They're not being rehabilitated. And I try to get somebody to realize today, oh, well, they shouldn't have did this, they shouldn't have did that. Man, you got to understand, everybody in that jailhouse are not cold-blooded killers. You got guys in there for marijuana trafficking and stuff like that. They in jail, but the man that drove the boat over here to get it to him walking around here free.
Exactly.
You got innocent people walking around prison, man. Everybody in there is not no cold-blooded Charles Manson. It's not like that.
Man. And it you know, that what you just said made me think about some so Jay-Z and Rock Nation came out, said they was gonna sue the state. Yo Gotti was a part of that too. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that they did. The wheels are already set in motion.
It is.
So it came out, and then the internet is full of idiots, man.
Who you telling?
It's full of opinionated idiots who don't research for themselves or think blindly or act blindly because somebody else said it, so they just hop on without thinking for themselves. So anyways, the shit came out, and I saw this guy, this white guy, I'm not gonna say his name or whatever, but he said instead of Jay-Z and them suing the state, how about they show people how to stay out of prison?
Boy.
Now, what really bothered me, I was bothered less by what this fool said, and I'll get back to my feelings on him and his idiot thought, but I was bothered more by all the Negroes are saying, "Oh, yeah, that's big facts." Like, that's the truth. That's, you right, man. That bothered me more than anything, bro. Like, first of all, let me just say, Tim, that if you do a crime, you deserve to go to prison.
Oh, no doubt about that.
If you deserve to go. But I also think that the punishment should not be cruel and unusual, as per the 8th Amendment, and it should not be inhumane. Now, you got these people again in Parchman and other places. They not only fighting off other angry inmates, they fighting off, getting attacked by goddamn rats at night and spiders and, getting sick from, poisonous water, and like black mold will kill you.
It will. You ain't got no business healing that over and over again.
So, and then they walking around and you got, water on the floors with traces of feces, like all kind of bullshit. But these Negroes are telling this man, and what he said, it's big facts. And I saw quite a few people that said, well, if you don't want to deal with it, don't go to prison. And that had to be one of the most ignorant statements I have heard in a long time, dog. To just say that's how it works. Just don't go. But we gonna ignore the fact that and we see a lot of people getting exonerated.
Mm-hmm.
The Innocence Project and all of that. Of all the people, who well, not all, but in this particular study that I saw about race and crime, and they looked at the National Registry of Exonerations, right?
Yeah.
And of all of these people that were exonerated, 48%, for being innocent, 48% of those people were black.
Wow.
So we talking about almost half of all exonerations are black men and women. But you got these niggas talking about they only there because they did crime.
Nah, there's a lot more to it than that.
And I was telling these folks, I'm like, y'all sitting here agreeing and egging on this white dude who, and I'm just being honest, he ain't going through the same shit that we would go through. Like, if me and him both committed the same crime, neither one of us had a previous record, We committed the same exact crime under the same exact circumstances. It's guaranteed I would get more time than he would.
No doubt about it. There's
Guaranteed.
No doubt about it.
Like, you know, these people not looking at the whole picture, man. And that's what bothers me.
So much more to it than that. I don't understand why everybody feels like everybody that's locked up behind bars is some kind of cold-blooded serial killer. It's not like that. You got a lot of people walking around there right now that just got a raw deal. I mean, point blank period. They were told one thing in their plea deal, and they get to sentencing. It was a whole nother ball game. I know somebody I'm close to, that happened to them. This man was in his right state of mind. He committed a crime. Didn't receive no proper mental evaluation. None of that. No expert came in and talked to him. They got some state-appointed person to come talk to him 10 minutes. He come through. And what you think that guy gonna say? The state paid him. He gonna say whatever they tell him to.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. And like look at this last brother, man. And his name slips my mind right now, but the guy who went to jail for a misdemeanor, some little petty shit, and he had a cell phone, and he basically, you know, he told them about the cell phone because he asked for it to get charged. He didn't. Basically, they gave this man 12 years for having a cell phone in jail.
Say what?
Yeah. And the courts ruled that it was fair. This brother got 12 years. And the sick part about it was, like, one of the judges on I think it was the state highest court, basically said that, you know, the dude, he felt like the dude didn't know, you know, there was no malice or any ill intent with him having a phone. You know, he wasn't using the phone to commit any other type of crime. You know, basically they just said he got a raw deal, but fuck him. That's basically what happened. But you got, you know, you got these Negroes that just follow suit, man. And that bothers me, like I said, more than what the others would say, because they don't face the same shit that we have to face, dog.
They don't. And then it's so much more going on behind the scenes that they're unaware of. Like Phil Bryant, Tate Reeves, the whole gang, they don't give a shit about no state-ran prison. They don't. They focused on privatized prisons. And y'all in BWNC, y'all have ran reports on this before, where you talk about how these private prisons, they're using the cheap labor from them to put money in their own pocket.
Right.
That man don't give a damn about no state-run prison. His main focus is on charter schools and privatized prisons, because his campaign donors all probably own the damn things.
Right.
That's like right now. I forgot how many inmates it was, but so many of them were transferred over to a private prison. And right now you got taxpayer money going to those private prisons and doing all this and that. And I'm not sure how the money's gonna be allocated, but you know, there's some kind of under the table talk going between that private prison owner or owners and our state officials.
You know what's crazy? I was just about to say that. Like, Felicia Hall asked for, you know, X amount of dollars to help alleviate the situation. They said no. This shit popped off, and now they paying $2 million to house these prisoners right now in a private prison.
That's how much it is. I forgot how much it was. You're exactly right. That's how much it is.
Like, hell, you know what I'm saying? Make that make sense to me, you know, officials.
Where did the money come from? She couldn't get it, but all of a sudden, boom, $2 million right there. Where'd that come from?
Exactly. Like, you know, man, it's all one big game to them. The school to prison pipeline is real, whether people want to admit it or not. And when they get you in that pipeline, they gonna do whatever it takes to keep you, man. Like, that's I know some dudes that went in, you know, they came out a lot different, dog. And you know, they went on some petty, non-violent type of shit, but came out crazy, for lack of a better word, man.
Sad but true.
And it's, you know, it's that bullshit, dog. Like, we gotta do better as a nation. We gotta do better as a state. And this is why I tell y'all, fuck the presidential elections. Y'all need to be worrying about these local and state representatives, these local and state elections, because those are the people who really have your lives in their hands. Like they shit that they do directly affects you
sure does.
on your daily life, man.
Man, after this last gubernatorial election, man, some of the stuff that I saw posted on Facebook and I heard coming from the mouth of us, bro, it was really depressing. I couldn't believe some of the stuff that I was hearing. I'm like, are you aware of what you're saying? Like, I'm gonna read this one post right here. When you go vote, you're taking the power from one person and giving it to someone else. You can't be a voice if it's on paper. Voting proclaims you can. Here's another one. Voting proclaims you cannot govern oneself. You need someone else to govern you. You are complete in him who is the head of all principalities and powers. Now, first of all, I understand. I don't understand none of that. Now, you do realize what you're saying is stupid. You can't post this on Facebook, then turn around and go around and post a picture of how disgusted you are with the prisons.
Exactly.
Like not making sense.
Man, these ignorant motherfuckers be contradicting themselves because of their own ignorance. And you know, like they worried about Trump. And first of all, fuck him. That's neither here nor there. But you know how I feel about him. But
no doubt.
I don't worry about him. I worry about, you know, your Phil Bryans, your Tate Reeves. You know, I worry about you know, the city council. I worry about the mayor because the mayor picks the police chief. The police chief hire these officers. The officers either do their job or they terrorize and beat down our people in these neighborhoods, putting them into the same goddamn system that we talking about. Like, it's all full circle, man. But these people are too busy worrying about the other shit and not the real shit.
Not realizing they're part of the damn problem.
Exactly. And with that line, I'm gonna leave it alone. Now, by the way, that was a good talk, man. You know, again, appreciate you stopping by, talk about it, man. But now I'm about to ask you about something that, you know, might hurt you a little more than what we was just talking about.
It's got to be sports related. Got to be.
I'm gonna just say
It gotta be. It's gotta be. I know it.
I'm gonna just say I told you so. You know, you know me, Tim. I don't like saying I told you so. But I'm gonna have to jump out there now and say I told you so about your boy Carson Wentz.
You did, and you know, like I know me and you went back and forth probably all season long. I defended the man, I defended him, and once again he ended up hurt. I mean, granted, it was a freak thing, but from my knowledge, from what I understand about concussions and stuff like that, some people are more prone to them than others. I'm not no medical doctor, I don't know, but he showed a lot of promise towards the end of the year. And I'd be darned, the big game come around, you end up hurting the first quarter. We paid him too soon. Without me going into a long preamble, we paid the man too soon.
And see, and that was
like you told me.
That was my thing. Like, you know, me and you, we never went back and forth about his talent. Like right. I never doubted his talent because, you know, the dude can play. But I told you, man, that boy is Mr. Glass. And they paid him at least a year and a half too early.
They
like
did.
I told you I would have waited till his 5th year option to see, like, you know, I need to see you make it through your first 4 years. And I pick up that 5th year option and then I'm gonna sign you from there. But I gotta see you make it. And he ain't made it. He ain't gonna make it. This is year 3 and he back on the IR. And the way this concussion happened, man, and some of the stuff that I heard, he could be feeling this for months and months and months.
I saw that.
So, you know, that's crazy, man. Now, speaking of football, did you catch into the playoff games this past weekend?
Oh man, yeah, it was a couple of snoozers, but that Green Bay and Seattle game helped me wake up a little bit. Now I don't even want to talk about Houston because that right there was an outright disgrace. Oh, that was a disgrace, man.
Man, listen, that was one of the most epic shits I've seen. Like, You can't put it up there with the 28-3 because it was the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah. So Falcons fans, y'all got to hold off a little bit. You still got the lead.
Yeah. They still holding that L, dog. Like that's theirs because it was a Super Bowl, you know. But dog, you up 24-0 in the first quarter.
24 zip,
and you let these folks run off 41 straight points. 41, like it was nothing, dog. And I just couldn't believe it.
It got to the point where I just stopped watching. I thought I was watching somebody on Madden. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, you was. It was Pat Mahomes. It was like he was sitting back playing Madden, dog. That's him and Kelsey. They killed them boys, man.
And wasn't it one time they scored like 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes? Didn't they do that in the first half?
Yep. 3 touchdowns, 3.5 minutes.
Man, Bill O'Brien is lucky to still have a job. I promise you, if I was any kind of GM or owner, he'd be on the first thing smoking out of Houston. First of all, you're not protecting Deshaun Watson. That dude gets hit way too many times. And people can't say he don't stay in the pocket. The dude do his thing from in and out the pocket all the time.
Exactly.
You're not protecting him. You're not calling plays to benefit his strengths. I mean, and then you blow that kind of lead, and people already saying your team choking the playoffs. What are you doing?
Choking some more.
Wait, then I just realized something. You went for a fake punt when you were up 17 points.
Oh, dog. First of all, when they went for it, they was up 24-0. Why would you not kick the field goal and protect that lead?
I don't understand.
It was like 24-7, whatever it was. They should have kicked the ball, kicked the field goal.
Extend your lead, give your team more time in the rest, and get another game plan together. Something. I don't know what the hell he ain't going to his back. I don't know.
Cause soon as they fucked that up, the floodgates is open.
It was a wrap after that.
It was a wrap.
That momentum changed and it never left.
So you got Green Bay taking on San Francisco. You got Kansas City taking on Tennessee. Who you got going to the Super Bowl?
I honestly, people might think I'm crazy, but I actually like Green Bay and San Fran. I really do. I think the Packers are going to come in with a different mindset and a better game plan. I really do. The first time they went out there, I feel like they were overwhelmed. San Fran was on the road. They were playing with a chip on their shoulder because people were saying they hadn't played nobody and all this and all that. I think Green Bay comes out with a better game plan. And I wouldn't put it past Tennessee beating Kansas City. But I'm going to say Kansas City. But I'm still Tennessee playing with a lot of momentum right now. And Tannehill might get out there and throw for 300-400 yards. Who knows?
Right. Man, I'm gonna just be real, man. I don't see Tannehill beating both both Jackson and Mahomes. Like, I think this is as far as they go, man.
You think so?
I just think Kansas City offense is just on another level, dog.
Yeah, it's too spectacular. That's the perfect word for them. Spectacular.
Yeah, and I mean, you got Derrick Henry, man, who made history himself. First running back to rush for 180 plus 3 straight games. But dog, Kansas City is a motherfucker, man. They really are. So AFC, I'm taking Kansas City. NFC, I gotta go with A-Rod, man.
I think A-Rod will sneak in there too. I think the boys coming out with a better game plan, man. I really do. I really, really do.
And this ain't no knock on San Francisco, man, because they have a great team, man. I just think for this particular game, it's gonna really come down to quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason, I got to go with Green Bay. But it won't be a blowout. I think it's going to be, on some 27-24 type of shit, 24-20 type of, you know what I'm saying?
Especially if A-Rod get that ball back with 2 minutes left and no timeouts.
Exactly.
He gonna score.
Like,
he gonna score.
You know, that's that's the reason why. So I got Green Bay, I got Kansas City going to the Super Bowl. And I'm a hold off, you know, right there. I ain't gonna predict no further than that. I got to see if they all make it out without injuries. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm going to hold it right there.
I can see it. A rematch of the first Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, and that would be crazy. Like the rematch of the first Super Bowl in the 100th anniversary season. Like, you know, they would love the playoffs. The NFL would love to advertise the playoff of that shit, dog.
It'll be a big payday. I'm sure they had several of them already. It'll be a good payday.
Yeah, no doubt.
What do you think about the? Oh, my bad.
Oh, go ahead.
What do you think? I've been meaning to ask you. I never got your opinion on it. What do you think about that meltdown in Baltimore, man?
I think I just think Tennessee had a better game plan. For one, dog, they knew how to play Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know who came up with it, but they knew how to do it. So I was kind of shocked by it though. Like
I was too.
I didn't expect it to go down like that. And you know what's crazy is Lamar still did his thing. Dude had 500 total yards.
A one-man wrecking crew out there.
But you know, I don't know, man. I think I was more shocked by how the defense just got manhandled by Derrick Henry. You know, like he basically won the game for him because Tannehill only got you 88 yards.
He only completed 7 passes?
Seven passes. So you know, I was just more surprised by Derrick Henry just demolishing him, man. I mean, dude ran for 195 and 2 TDs, and he threw one. Like, what can you do with that?
Nothing. And then his running style and his power, his strength, his speed. The man is a beast. That's the word to give him. Beast. He's a beast. And then that one run, he turned Earl Thomas into a lead blocker. You seen that?
Yeah, on that 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Like they had him 3rd and 1, and he bust off for 67 yards. You know, like he is the bus 3.0.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like a bigger beast mode, to be honest. Like, you know, he hard to tackle, but I think he's faster than beast mode.
He run like what, like a 4.5?
He run 4.45, 4.5, somewhere up in there. But like, dude, like 6'3", 6'4", 250. Like that ain't fair. That shit ain't fair at all, dog.
And then his vision, his vision. Once he gets the ball, he can find the hole easy. He's quick with his cuts. What more can you ask for out of a running back?
Nick can do everything except fly.
That's it. That's it. The hook with the football.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to see him. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, dog. I wouldn't want to see him. But I do think Kansas City still gonna pull it out.
I think so too. I think they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. I think it'll be. I don't think they're gonna blow out Tennessee, but I think it'll be a good game.
No
think
doubt.
It'll be a blowout?
Nah. I see. Well, I could see them winning by like 8 to 10. I can see that. I mean, shit, man. Kansas City was down 24 and hung 50 on Houston, so I can see it. You know. But hey, man. You know, I know I told you before we got on, man. You know, I appreciate you coming on to chop it up with me and, you know, talk about some things, man. And, you know, as always, you welcome to stop by, man. I know you coming up with a podcast of your own pretty soon, so I'm gonna be there to support you, bring you on, let you talk about it, promote it, all that shit, man. Because we look out for one another.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I appreciate it, TK, man. Like I told you, I was nervous, so forgive me if I was a little choppy, with some of my feedback, man. But it was my first one. I'm trying to get a feel for it, and I didn't really know what to expect. But you helped me out pretty real good, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. I've been doing it for a minute, man, and it's just something I enjoy doing, man. Interacting with people, talking to people, giving any little knowledge that I've learned. It's all about helping my people, man, teaching my people, reaching out to my people, let them know, the real, because we're not getting it in the schools. We're not getting it at work. History ain't kind to us. So, I feel like in order for us to, fix our future, we have to deal with it in the present and learn from our past and just get better. So that's what I'm trying to do. Right. That's right. Respect. So, you got any parting words for everybody, man, before we ease out of here? Well, to all my Black with No Chaser friends and family, thank y'all for having me. I enjoyed it. Like I said, forgive me if I sounded like I was stuttering like your boy on Harlem Nights. I'm new to this. Bear with me a little bit, and I appreciate y'all for having me. No doubt. So, folks, on behalf of Black with No Chaser, on behalf of my special guest, Mr. Tim McCormick, on behalf of myself, the Culture Sports Podcast, Black with No Chaser. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. Make sure you check out our website, www.blackwithnochaser.com. You can also get some of the dopest flyers gear on our website. Just thank you all for the love and the support, and we're going to keep doing it. So, that being said, as always, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.